What is up, guys? Nightmare Demon back here again on online with Conan Exiles instead of my private server. So the server I'm playing is Donkey Kong County. I've met the server boss. He's really cool, really chill. So as you can see, I got my rhino back from the other boss that was a total, let's just say, mean person, because the last boss actually took my greater rhino. So today we're actually going to be learning thrall catching, or learn how to get a thrall. So what you're going to need is one of these clubs. It's a special club, so it's called a, that's the one I'm using, but it's steel. It's a steel truncheon and leather bindings. So I have the little bit more advanced ones. Well, actually I have the top tier ones. So we're gonna go catch a thrall. And I'm gonna so what I'm gonna do is this guy real quick. He's an archer, or she's the archer. What you have to do is knock them out first with the club, then bind them with square or whatever key you want to use. If you're using computer or a PlayStation or Xbox or whatever key you want to, I forget what it is on Xbox. So we have our tier 1 archer, Defari tier 1 archer in there. We're going to press L2 or right trigger to start the crafting. And as you can see, I do have a Defari archer tier 3 done. So we're going to take him and place him somewhere, like inside the walls. So he's going to be somewhere, you can place him like any other object that is able to be placed. And so as you can see, I'm placing him now. There he is. I'm going to give him some better weapons. So what we're going to be doing is, that's basically the thing about thralls, but you also need to make gruel, or whatever you want to call it, some food for the thralls. If you're playing on a server that doesn't have a hunger thing for the thralls, then you want to play this server. If you don't want that, then you should play one of the other servers, because on this server you don't need to feed your pets or your thralls either. So what I'm looking for right now is where I put that bow. I have no clue where I put the bow. Oh, there it is. You don't have to give them arrows, but they have infinite arrows. So if you just give them a bow with an arrow that's attached to it, they'll continuously use that arrow, and like it's an infinite stash of arrows for them. So we're also going to be doing pet training today. Like, I'm going to show you what some of the pets eat and some of them don't. So what we're doing is actually just trying to go catch a pet. For some reason he does not want to equip this bow. There he goes. It's a dragon bone bow. I have some dragon bone weapons. I recently haven't done a video in over a month now, so I wanted to show you what it looked like. This is our place so far. And there's my buddy. He's unconscious. So yeah. So what we're doing is, the server boss actually makes dungeons in this, actually made some dungeons that I did with a friend, and I'll tell you one thing right now, they were tough. This server, they're a lot more tougher if you're more experienced, then you want to join this server because the enemies are like probably tougher. It's a 1.5 scale that they're on right now, so they're pretty tough rather than the 0.1 or something like that, or 1.0, but they're a little bit tougher. And buddy, I'm actually doing a video. As you can tell, guys, I'm actually on the mic with a few people. They're helping me out with the video, but you cannot hear them because I don't have the thing on right now. So as you can see, we have some wolves, some crocodiles, a boar, 2 tigers, one or two hyenas, 2 wolves, 2 tigers, 2 green Sam Reapers, 1 elite Sam Reaper, and then we have the boss Sam Reapers as well. They're inside the house, and as you can see, my big ass rhino there, and his big ass too. Sorry for the language, guys, but yeah. But he has a big butt, just letting you know. And he is annoying when you're going out to collect some things and you're having him follow you. He will get in your way. And these are the Queen Sam Reapers. Pretty scary, huh? I actually got 2 of them because I bought 5 eggs and I got 2 Queen Sam Reapers out of it, and 2 green ones and 1 elite one. The elite one has 5,000 health. On PlayStation, it's different. On computer, they have 26,000 health. The Sam Reaper, the Queen Sam Reaper does, or something like that. So they're a lot harder, but any greater animal on computer is gonna be have a lot more health. But what they're working on right now is the health and leveling bar of the creatures for PlayStation. So that's what they're working on, I'm thinking, and they might be releasing a Conan Exiles 2, I think, maybe. I don't know. That's what I've heard. I don't know if it's true or not, so we're gonna wait and see. And as you can see, I'm looking through the chests right now and the vaults and stuff because I'm looking for a certain item. Yes, my friend has all the DLC packs, so what I'm looking for is actually a specific item. As you can see, we have like 452 gold coins. And we also have a giant ass hammer that weighs 50 pounds. Because he puts treasures in here. So, and that's the fun part about this game. This one around. Because he puts the treasures out. He puts dungeons out. And some of the dungeons are quite hard. Me and my friend Darkness were going at the dungeon like total idiots. And we nearly died. But in the end, when the server boss came in to see how our game was going with the dungeon, he kind of distracted the enemy when it had a little bit of health, so that's when we were able to kill it. As you can tell right now, why I'm laughing is because he's laughing as well. And there goes my friend. One of my friends, at least. But he can talk if he wants to. He can tell me stuff that he's found that I probably haven't found yet. So, yeah. And as you can see, there's a rhino on the roof. There's also another rhino that loves being on the roof of the pen house. The pen. As you can see him up there. I forgot about these 2. There are 2 black rhinos, which are elite rhinos. The white one is also elite rhino, but the biggest one is probably the greater rhino, which looks like a chaos rhino because it has those red eyes. You can't see the red eye on that side, but as you can see, it has those red eyes. And I just zoomed in through the up on the D-pad. As you can see, he has red eyes. He has a few little horns on the side of his face, and then on the top of his head, like, and then more on the side of his face. Then he has this big ass horn. And yes, I named one of my rhinos Horn Up Your Ass. Up your ass. So he's actually it's kind of funny though, because the rhino is like, oh, that's the wrong one, but yeah, you get the name of the rhinos. That's the one actually over there. So this one over here on the top of the roof of the house is Not Your Botch. I don't know who spelt that, but they spelt it wrong. But yeah, some of these rhinos are not to mess with. The black ones especially, or the greater ones, you don't want to face the greater ones actually. There are greater versions on this game that spawn, and those are after you usually kill the black ones. So you want to be careful. Because I literally got my ass handed to me by a greater rhino one day. I wasn't looking at the time, and he actually ran me over and killed me. Because I only had half life, and he killed me pretty much. So that was it. All I'm gonna find now is the babies of these, so I can show you what they look like. Okay, I'm just gonna tell you guys what they eat. The rhino eats bark and spice bark and stuff like that. The way I got the greater rhino was a very lucky chance by getting it, because you only have a 10% chance of getting 10 or 15% chance of getting a greater rhino, but most of the time you'll either get a black rhino, or which is half the time, or a white rhino, which is 35% of the time. And then the big part of the time, it will be probably 90% of the time, you'll get a regular one. Yeah, but these are the regular size Sand Reapers, these green ones, and when they hatch, you want to feed them human flesh, because that's what they'll eat. And the crocodiles and wolves and the hyenas are the hyenas are tier 1, crocodiles are tier 2, wolves are I think tier 3, so is the boar, the Sand Reapers, the spiders. I don't have any spiders yet, but the rhinos as well are tier 3. So, yeah. The rhinos I just fed bark, just normal bark, not even spiced. Same with the boar. No, the boar I fed plant fiber. And, oh, I almost forgot. The tigers as well eat raw meat. Same. Oh, I also forgot the panther. Panther as well. You want to get raw, savory flesh for them, or just savory flesh, but you don't want to cook it, because they won't eat the cooked stuff unless if they're already fully grown up, they will eat the cooked stuff. As you can see, their diet, as you can see, spiced meat, human flesh, savory flesh, some kind of ham kind of thing, exquisite flesh, exotic flesh, feral flesh, and then some kind of green thing, I don't know what that is. Same with the tiger, they'll eat that too. The Sand Reaper it will eat the putrid flesh instead of the, well, it has one more actually. No, it doesn't. If I keep looking here, it'll eat putrid flesh instead of that ham thing. The hyena is the same way with the tiger, so the boar will only eat mushrooms, berries, plant fiber, and spiced vegetables or something like that, or spiced food. If I can get the crocodile up, he'll eat mostly crocodiles will eat anything but putrid flesh. Same with the hyenas, the wolves. Now, I'm going to get to the rhinos now. Um, as you can see, their diet is spiced foods that are in its diet, because it says diet right there at the top near the plant, the symbols of what it eats. It'll eat vines, berries, bark, plant fiber, and more berries. You can feed any of that stuff to him, and he will still eat it. But if you get like 1,000 plant fiber, he'll last like probably 15 days without food for that, just on that plant fiber alone. So that's what I did. He lasted like 13 days for me because I was feeding him. I fed him 856 plant fibers. So he was like almost reaching the 13 13 days and 8 hours. So that's what he was doing. Oh, and this is the map where I can teleport to certain areas. Like this area right here is the dead mound. The dead mound. Then over here is the forest. And some people will call this place either the jungle or a forest. Either one, I don't care, whichever one you want to call it. And then you have the beginner's desert here, where the those little stick things sticking up are not anywhere near it. This is the beginning part. This is where the shattered bridge is. As you can see, they have it fully restored on this map. And then this is the undead city where you learn the map. You see that big building in the middle there? Well, that's the archives. The archives is where you're going to learn the map. And then you got the volcano, which you can go inside the volcano, but you might want to be wearing cold armor for that, because if you don't wear cold armor, you're going to die of heat stroke. So that's what you don't want to do, is die of heat stroke or frostbite. So what you want to carry is 2 sets of armor on you, one for the winter section and then one for the volcano. If you have your your encumbrance all the way up, then you can actually still run even though you're overweight. But it will take down your stamina though when you're running. So what you want to have, if you want to go with encumbrance, is you want to have your agility up to the first bar, which it drains less. Iron endurance, sprinting drains less stamina. You want to have that. And if you want to, you can do anything else. And if you're just doing for carrying load, you want to have all 3 of these. All 5 of these. Which is very good. And if you want, you can go to tier 1 of the survival, which is right there. Right here. Which allows you to eat raw meat to avoid, and you don't have to cook raw meat to avoid food poisoning, which I do not have, but I'm mostly a tank. These are my tank settings. So I have iron muscles, tier 3, which I shouldn't have done this because you're supposed to have more in strength than you should in encumbrance. But this is just my setup. You can do whatever. The tank settings is actually either 15 in agility, which will help you in the long run for outrunning enemies. I recommend it. Encumbrance is supposed to be only 9 or 10. Grit is supposed to be 27. No, 30, sorry. And then you'll have remaining points over. I could have put this point somewhere else, like in survival or something. But my friend has the thing of survival, so he can actually... all direct combat damage you take is reduced by 10%. Okay, that's survival, but as you can see up above, my encumbrance and my movement penalty. My movement penalty is 10 because I'm wearing heavy armor. So, yeah. this is my stats so far. If you guys want to take that, go ahead. But just know that it works better if you have this armor on, the Silent Legion armor. Because the gloves increase your... gauntlets increase your vitality. The legs increase your grit. The boots increase your encumbrance. The chest piece increases your strength. And the helmet increases your accuracy. And it also gives you a armor value of either 800, which is with the... if you have this set on, then you actually have a greater thing on, a greater set, better set, which is the Black Dragon set, which is mainly the best set in the game. I'm trying to see if there's a better one, but I don't see one. Yeah, so, yeah, that's pretty much the best set in the game. The Black Dragon set. So, yeah. No matter, this is the non-epic version. So, what you see me doing right now is I'm just unlocking every single armor that I can. Because I can do that. Because those shard pieces that you find, like those shards of power and stuff like that, you can actually use, and it'll give you feature points. About 10 points of them. Okay. So what you need to do is try to survive in this game. It's a survival game, so that's probably, you already knew that, but you also, if you also want to survive, I recommend doing the encumbrance thing. Because even if you're overweight, you can outrun enemies easily, because you can still run, but it will decrease your stamina. But you'll be like a beast. You'll have strength to be able to carry mostly anything. And I mean almost anything that you can carry. Well, everything you can carry. Because even if you're 1,000 or 2,000 overweight, you can still run. Because I've done that on the last server, which was a boss that was totally cruel and disrespectful towards the players, and that's why everybody left his server. But yeah, as you can see, I have some thralls fenced in here, but they're going to be moved soon, so they're going to be moved down to the lower level, which is the first level, and they already have their melee weapons taken away, because that's not what we want them to be doing, is melee, because they die easily. And as you can see, we have a bearer here, which is carrying shit, I guess. And this is, yeah, I already said who this is. This is my buddy that's unconscious. This is my buddy Tig. He's always by the fireplace because he knows he's gonna get food or something. So this is the ghoul that I was talking about for the thralls, and if you have them with the hunger on, you're gonna need this thing, this thrall pot, because you have to have them close by the thrall pot if you want them to be able to get food, or else they're just gonna keep walking back and forth to the area that the thrall pot is in and not guarding their posts. But if you don't have the hunger on, then they'll actually stay in their position, and the only thing that... oh, it looks like our tier 1 archer is done. The only thing you want to do is just keep restoring the thrall wheel with food. So, yeah, I have my buddy online. He's actually the server owner, but he's really chill. He can hear everything I'm saying. So yeah. Plus, if you want to, you can make him. If you're in America, then you can actually only see partial nudity. But if you're in Europe or something like that, you can see full nudity. Like, as I'll show you right now with this lady. As you can see, I got the partial nudity on, so that's all you can see is the top piece. I know that's not going to be good, but I'm going to be editing that out just because I'll get told by YouTube not to do that again, so which will be my only time that I will get told by YouTube, and I will respect their rules about that, or they might just take my video down altogether. But it doesn't matter to me. I'll just make another video and do it without that part, so you guys can actually know what I'm talking about and just like tell you what it contains, but not show you. So that's the part that you can have, and I should have probably done that in this video, so I might have to recreate this video again without that in it. But yeah, the European server you can see full nudity, but in the American version you cannot see that. If you're in Europe, you can have that. If you're not in Europe, you can't have it. So like me and the server boss did a contest which he could have only seen. It was with the enlargement potions, which it was freaking hilarious because I was laughing my butt off all throughout it. So he was actually quite surprised how tall I was, and he was quite surprised what my guy is. He's actually one of those I forget what they're called. They're actually African American. They're an African American race, as you can see. Defari, sorry. Defari. Or Kushite. Kushite or Defari is either that race, that African American race. One is actually lighter than the other. The other one is darker. Yeah, he just told me that the Defari are darker and the Kushite are lighter. So, yeah. So it was pretty funny, that contest was, but it was for getting this armor too. So you wanted me, because I didn't go through the whole dungeon, I just went to help my friend. So we had to have a little contest to make sure I can get the armor. It was only for fun and giggles, so so yeah, it was fun and funny at the same time. And as you can see, the sandstorm is coming over, as you can see over there, because it's getting dark over here and it's getting very windy. It's only the first part that the sandstorm comes through, which is over by the first desert area. So like if you're building over there, then you might want to wear, if you're going to be building over there, then you're going to be wanting to wear a sand mask. Rather than where we're building, which is up farther away from that area, which only goes till like probably halfway of F5, just along the halfway mark of F5, all the way across over to here, and then it disappears. So yeah, but I'm gonna stand here for a while to show you that it doesn't reach me. And if you look at my health, it's still going up, no matter it's going through right now. That's because it's nowhere even close to us. As you can see the side of it, it's still all the way over in F5. As you can see the mountains disappearing in the sandstorm. That tells you it's still in F5. Or around F5. In the middle, around there. And that's where he had his dungeon over there. In F5. Yeah, F5. Yeah, that was right. No, G5. Between F5 and G5. So that's where his dungeon was, right there. I'm going to mark the area. But he also refreshes the dungeon so the enemies are going to be back there. Me and my friend will go at it like two idiots and just go through it. Like how we went through and never died because we kept distracting. If one of us was at full health, we'd distract the boss while the other one is actually regaining health. So that's our strategy. It was only two of us that did it, but we're both level 60s. Oh crap, I'm in combat. Come on, dude. Get down from there. Yeah, I know I could have captured that thrall, but he was attacking me, so I didn't like that. So yeah, we're by two thrall camps. Two Defari camps, actually. There's a Defari camp right there. And then there's one up in the hills. Up in the hill over there. As you can see that flag and that person standing there. Then the person standing next to the spikes. That's the Defari camp. And then there's a third one way over there. Over there, where my cursor's on. So, yeah, that's another Defari camp. Over there, so basically we're in between three Defari camps and we're near the sinkhole. So we have and plus there's a trick around this bone dragon too. I'll tell you it later. You just sneak around him, sneak around the outside of it, and you can get to the behind him and get the recipe for the bone stuff. The dragon bone spear, the dragon bone weapons, shield. But there's no dragon bone armor, so yeah. Oh shoot. As you can see, I can repair my weapons that have been damaged. I'm gonna oh whoops, I didn't mean to do that. So I'm gonna show you how to. You press R1, which this one's already at its repair level. So, but the other one here, if you go to your hotbar and you need a repair, and legendaries you can't repair unless if you have a legendary repair kit or a master repair kit, either one. But with the dragon bones, all you do is you press square and all it uses is a dragon bone to repair it. So, in the durability you can increase on some weapons, and some weapons you can't. Like the javelins, you can't increase the durability or the damage or anything. Or the weight even. You can't do that with the javelins. Because they're already so lightweight as they are. So you can't really decrease the weight of them. But as you can see, sometimes the animals get in the way. Like we also have an elephant as well. I forgot about that. But it's not my elephant. It's my buddy's over here. No matter, he has said he doesn't like to have pets, but yeah. And as you can see, we have about, I'll say about 862 iron reinforcements, but we still have a shitload of iron left, and iron stone, so sorry about the language again, people, but I can't help myself, so. And this place is not finished yet. We're trying to build it so nobody can get into it. So that's what we're trying to do. Up here is the wall thing. There's an upper level. So if you wanted to check that out, it just goes around like this. But the towers, there's towers on it. As you can see, there's one right there. It's a little bit farther out because this side was being a pain in my butt over here, so I couldn't put it on the corner. So I just moved it farther away. And here's another tower that I'm underneath right now. As you can see, I built it out like this. Then there's one over here. There's like, I think a total of 6 of them. 1, 2, 3. I'm counting right now because I don't know how many. 4, 5, 6. I didn't count this one over here yet. 7. So we have a total of 7 towers. So, yeah. Oh, and the reason why we didn't put a thing over the map is because, like a roof over the map, is because we want, if you do come here, we're gonna, and you get the obelisk or the map making thing, and get the obelisk, then feel free to use this, because you see those things, those are obelisks I have. So I can teleport to any one of these, except for I don't teleport to this one that I'm jumping on, because that's a pain in my butt, because I have to go there and actually kill some baby dragons, which you can't take them and use them as pets, because I don't know why. I think that would have been a great an awesome idea if they actually put the baby dragons in for pets, because who wouldn't want a freaking baby dragon as a pet? Right, dude? Wouldn't that be awesome to have a baby dragon as a pet? Yeah, he says yeah. So why wouldn't you do that? We would love it actually if you put... Oh, that's fine. We would have loved it if they put if you can have baby dragons as pets. But too bad they didn't put them in, or we just can't find them. They were supposed to put them in with the new update, which was going to be this area right here. I think they were going to do that, but they said it slows down the performance of it. So that's why they didn't put it in. They were supposed to put it in, but they checked it and saw that it would slow down the performance of the game to where the point of it where you're lagging like crazy. So if you guys do want to talk and say something about the video, just leave it in the comments below. But yeah, this is where we're going to end my video, and I will catch you guys on the flip side, or whenever I do the next video. So I've had on one of my videos that the original owners of a game actually responded on my video and watched it, and the owner of this game, it was The Legend of the Pirates Online. They actually responded to my gameplay video, and that was freaking awesome. So here's another question for you guys. Which one would you choose to have? A baby dragon on this game, or, and I mean or, a mythical creature like that rotting cat on this game, which is actually very deadly if you go up against it when you're lower levels, because it'll kick your ass. Sorry to say that, but it will kick your butt. No joke. We 3 of us actually had to stand on top of a roof on our last server and throw javelins at it and shoot arrows at it to try to kill the damn thing. That was how tough it was. And we weren't even high enough level to face it yet. But we leveled up a few times when we killed it. Like twice. That was it. I was level 40 something when I killed it. So I only leveled up twice, but I don't know about the other guys. I think one of them leveled up 6 times, the other one leveled up 15 times. Because of how much XP that thing gave when you killed it. So yeah. That was a pain in the butt to try to kill it. So that's the other pet that, if it's it's a pet thing. Which one would you want? The baby dragon or that rotting cat? And remember, the baby dragons are actually skull bosses, or 1 skulls. That other thing was probably 2 skulls or no skulls, but it was still tough to beat on the last server. So that's your question for the next time, or whenever you want to answer this question. So that is it, guys. I'm going to say adios for now, and I'll do another video later on. Bye now.